We believe this is Tom Phillips and one of his children. I'm not going to go through the details of that again. You've got the release. I'm basically here to just open up to questions for you.
Can you talk us through, Andy, what it is you see in that video that tells you it is Tom Phillips and one of his children?
Yeah, so we're still analysing that CCTV and others in the area, and comparing it to other CCTV we've collected, including from the previous attempted burglary there in 2023, and we're confident that that's Tom Phillips and one of his children.
What was the nature of items that were taken?
It's generally grocery items, obviously breaking into a superette. We're still investigating the actual burglary, so I don't have the complete list yet.
You've previously said on many occasions that police believe Tom Phillips has assistance from someone. The fact that he's taken a risk himself and gone to the superette, does that suggest he doesn't have the amount of assistance he might have once had?
Yeah, so the investigation team, we're considering what this burglary actually means, and we're looking at does it mean he's potentially had a falling out with who's helping him, or is he just that brazen and confident that he's quite happy to come out at night and commit a burglary?
What child do you think it is based on the footage?
Yeah, look, I can't speculate at this time. We're still going through the CCTV and other CCTV, so I don't want to speculate on who that is.
At this stage, has anyone come forward from the community to say they did see something that night, those early hours of that morning, Wednesday?
No, they haven't, but that's a message we want to get out to the public, particularly if anyone's travelling around the Marokopa Pew area and during those early hours of Wednesday morning. If they saw a quad bike at all, please get in touch with us.
And there was a quad, sorry, just one more. There was a quad bike in the previous video in November 2023. Is there a quad bike that's been reported missing that you can focus on?
Look, we frequently get reports of quad bikes being stolen, and that's something the investigation team's looking at to determine where this quad bikes come from.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
What is the police strategy now with Tom?
Look, our focus is actually the children, as it always has been. Every time we get new information or something like this happens, we reevaluate and go, well, what does this mean for the investigation? But in terms of searching specific areas, we do have concerns around the risk Tom poses, so we're very careful in terms of searching. So we're still just seeking the public's help with information to come in.
What do you say to people that are suggesting it's time to bring in, I don't know, a group like the SAS?
Yeah, well, I go back to the risk Tom poses. This will take as long as it takes. Our focus is to bring those children out safely. We're not going to get into a confrontation situation.
Have you had any specialist advice about where his headspace might be? A psychologist or other agencies that might be giving you advice on how the best way to approach a person like this is?
Yeah, so we certainly have that capability within the police. We have psychologists that have provided us a profile effectively, and again, that all forms part of, for the investigation team, what we think Tom's up to and where his headspace is at.
And do you think that talking about this, just thinking there's been a bit of media coverage in the last couple of weeks, do you think it is helpful or harmful? It seems like Tom often does something a bit reckless after it's been in the media.
Yeah, look, I'm honestly not sure. I think, and again, I go back to this here, we've got to look at that and go, well, what does this actually mean? The fact he's come all the way out to Pew to commit a burglary for some grocery items. In terms of being helpful or harmful, I think any information that comes in is helpful to us because we have to analyse it, and it could form that, effectively, that special piece of information that might help us locate them.
And you're still willing to do a negotiated, you're still willing to negotiate with Tom or with people that are helping him? That's still on the table?
Oh, absolutely. It always has been. Those people that are helping him or know where he is, we want them to sit down with us and work out how we can get those children out safely.
You mentioned the idea of possibly an intermediary who could come in, maybe as an independent person, to get involved in that. Has anyone come forward at this stage to offer themselves?
No, but effectively it's got to be someone that has information that actually knows who's helping Tom or where Tom is.
He's targeted this store twice now. What does that tell you about where he's residing?
Yeah, well, whereas we've always had Marokopa as an area of interest, and it still is, we've always considered that Tom might have multiple areas where he's residing. So that is something the investigation team will look at.
You mentioned the possibility that perhaps there could have been a falling out between a support person, given he's gone and done this himself. The fact that one of his own family members came out publicly just 10 days or so ago calling on him to come in, this is speculation, I know, but could that be playing into the support person's thinking that his own family now is not so sure he's doing the right thing?
Yeah, look, it is speculation, and I don't sort of want to go there because we're not sure what it means. Yeah.
How did the store owner react, having been targeted twice now?
Look, I haven't spoken to him directly, but there's been an officer out there the last couple of days working with him to gather evidence on that burglary.
And do you have a message for Tom?
Same as it's always been to Tom and to those people that are helping him. Let's get those children out safely.
With the grocery items that were stolen, did they include sanitary products or anything like that?
Oh, sorry, look, I don't have the full list yet, so yeah, it's grocery items.
And do you know what power tools were used to break into the...
We believe it's a grinder of some sort, yeah, and you'll see from the CCTV footage the sparks flying. And
is the shop cooperating with the investigation?
yes, absolutely.
The way the two people are dressed and the equipment and the quad bike, on one hand, does that perhaps suggest he's still quite committed and determined to carry on with what he's doing?
Well, he certainly appears very comfortable to just come all that way to Pew Pew and commit a burglary. He was there probably 13, 14 minutes, did a bit of a reconnaissance around the area before committing the burglary.
And presumably he knew he was going to be captured on CCTV footage.
Well, yes, it certainly appears they're looking at the cameras, but as you'll see, they're covered up.
How do you think he got his hands on a tool like a grinder?
Oh, well, we've always considered that Tom is committing offences to help support his lifestyle. Other than the ones we've obviously shared with you, we get a lot of reported burglaries that may or may not be attributed to him, but it's likely that he may well have stolen those items.
Do you think it's at a point now where the children would struggle to reintegrate?
Oh, look, that's not something, I don't have that expertise, that's not for me to answer.
What do you think of the direction of travel to and from the heist location? Does that give you any clues as to where his location might be?
Yeah, so that's something the investigation team will be looking at closely to try and track, identify where that quad bike's come from and what the route would be.
When you say it'll take as long as it takes to get the children out, is that something that the family, the mother, is comfortable with, or would they like to see more action?
Oh no, everyone would like this to be over yesterday, but I go back to the focus is getting the children out safely. We're not going to put anyone in harm's way just to try and end something quickly.
Will there be any increased police visibility around the community in the next few days?
Oh, we regularly have investigators out there engaging with the community, making inquiries.
You've said a few times that you think Tom poses a risk. Can you explain what you think that risk might be?
Well, if you go back and look at the current charges he's facing, that was a serious violence offence committed with firearms, where a member of the public attempted to tackle him and was shot at. So our concern is that Tom will pose a risk to anyone that tries to stop the way he's living his lifestyle with his children.
Does he pose a risk to his children, do you think?
That's a concern of ours, certainly.
Any more you'd say now about the numbers of people who might be assisting him?
No, look, I couldn't tell you that. I certainly think, given that you'll remember the reward phase didn't give us what we wanted, so it's likely to be someone very loyal to Tom.
Was it the same child? Do you believe it was the same child that was involved in the previous robbery that was involved in this one?
That's something we're still looking at.
Has Tom made any threats that you're aware of?
Threats to?
To like his children or to...
Oh, No idea, sorry.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.